What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to your clothing guide, the Hoxton Trend. Right gang, in this video, real quick fake versus real. We got some Nike VaporMax 97s in. One of them is real, one of them is a fake. I want you guys to try and spot. Now it was really fun on the weekend because we just went down to Crep City, we touched down to Manchester. Some people get upset, so I'm gonna say we touched up to Manchester. We tried to challenge people to see if they could spot which trainer was the real and which was the fake. Let's get right into the video. Let's see what these trainers are saying, okay? 2 seconds. And before we get into it, I just want to show you guys the website that we got running. I've showed you guys before, I'm going to keep showing you. It's called TheHoxtonTrend.com. Now what we've done over at the Hoxton Trend is we've partnered up with like lots of different retailers to get exclusive codes. I'm talking about codes that you can't really get anywhere else. They're exclusive to us, so I'm going to be working really hard with retailers to kind of push them, squeeze them, get some really cool voucher codes for you guys to help my followers who are always looking for those deals. We've got a section here called latest offers. Don't forget about that one. HoxtonTrend.com. Easy now. Right, so as I said, we've got these two Nike VaporMax 97s in. One's real, one's fake. I'm gonna let you kind of linger about for a little bit and have a guess, and I'm just gonna kind of just float these trainers around so you can kind of guess which one is which. I'm not going to keep you in suspense any longer. The genuine one is this one right here. This is the genuine trainer and this one is the counterfeit trainer. Now the first things first, I looked at this trainer and I looked at this one. Now one of the differences, you notice that there's 3 layers here. The 3M layer that you usually see on the original 97s, 1, 2, 3, that layer there. You do not see it on this trainer. It's only got 1 layer, as you can see right here. So it got me thinking, I was thinking, okay, maybe this is trying to be the Nike VaporMax Ultra, because the Ultra's only got kind of what 1 layer, it hasn't got the 3 layers. But when I did some research on the Ultras, it didn't even look like this either. There was a bit of a difference. So this is a really weird trainer, and when we took it around to Crep City, a lot of people were saying that they haven't even seen this model released before. So I mean, I guess that's the first clue. If you know about your trainers, you're going to know that this model, I tried to look for it everywhere and I couldn't see it, so it wasn't around, okay? First thing that I noticed is if you look at the back of the trainer here, on the fake one, the strip at the back is a little bit wider than the normal Nike VaporMax TNs. If you look at the back of the Nike VaporMax TNs, you can see there is some engraving on the back where it does say Air Max, and it has been engraved. Now if you look very carefully, you can see that the stitching is going one way, and if you look at the writing, you can see it's got its own special stitching as well, which is going kind of in another direction. So in other words, the stitching is very detailed and very well done. On the fake, you can see they've tried to do it, but they haven't got a good job, and the stitching all goes in the same direction, and you can see it's so faint that you can't even see it. They haven't really done a good job of it as well. You can see that the air bubble here on the back of the trainer at the heel of the 97s is a lot more round. Another thing to note is if you look at the Nike sign there, it's really deep, and if you look at the genuine one, you can see it's not as deep as the Nike sign there, okay? Now look at the difference in the air bubble right there. You can see the trainer on the left, you can see the air bubble on the left kind of bulges out a little bit, whereas you can see the one on the right, you can see it's just kind of straight and it's not bulging out at all. And just to note as well, for a lot of you guys that are saying, well, you know, the fake looks kind of good, I don't mind getting the fake and saving some money, there is no Nike VaporMax air system in here. The air system does have cushioning on the trainer, and that's the whole purpose of the trainer, is to give you that extra support, extra cushioning. There is no air system. This is just for the look. Don't be fooled thinking you're going to spend less money and you're going to get the Air Max system in there, because it's not. Chances are what's going to happen is you're going to run around in this trainer, and after a couple of days or maybe even a week or 2, this is going to get really flat, and it's going to get really creased, and you're not going to be happy at all. Trust me. Yeah, the laces on the fake trainer are really slim, and the quality is not great. If you look at the genuine trainer, you can see it's got a lot more kind of like depth into it. It's finished off a lot better, and yeah, the laces are a little bit more thicker, okay? The other thing to note as well is if you look at the stitching on this side that's gone around the tongue where the lace is going through to the loopholes, you can see that there's a gap in the stitching on the double stitch right there, whereas if you look on the fake one, you can see the stitching is really close together, and you can see it hasn't really been done on very well. The other thing that I noticed as well on a lot of these Nike trainers that they do use this kind of mesh fabric going throughout the trainer is the holes are really, really big. In fact, they're overly big. They shouldn't be that big at all. If you look at the normal Nike Air Max, you can see the holes are a lot more smaller. Now, I know there's so many different variants and different fabrics and different materials, but typically when I've seen a lot of the fakes using the mesh system on a lot of different trainers, you can see that this is quite thick. It's not usually like that, okay? You can see on the tongue there is this curvature here where your foot's meant to go inside and it just kind of rests on the top of your foot, so you get that kind of little support if you do the trainer up tight. And if you see here, it's just straight. There's no curvature in there at all. It's just straight, so you're not going to get that same support on the top of your foot. If you look underneath the trainer, you can see this little kind of ball here in the inside with a Nike. Now, this is part of the mechanism. It's part of the Air Max system inside. If you press that, that's a little bit soft. And if you press this one, it is soft, but if you look really close, you can see where they haven't finished it very well on the inside, and you can see the finishing is really bad. If you look at that, it's nice and clean on the inside. Again, I'm going to show you that the finishing there is not very well done at all. Now, I'm not going to lie, it is kind of difficult to tell. I mean, I guess if you was from a distance, you wouldn't be able to notice, you know, at a quick glance. I would say that almost everyone, near enough everyone at the Crep City when we done the fake spotter challenge, managed to call this one out. So again, if you're going to be running around and you're thinking about purchasing the fake, chances are people are going to be able to spot and might call you out. So I'll just say, just beware of that for the people that are always kind of comment and say, yeah man, I don't mind the fake one, you know, the fake one's kind of decent. The other thing to note as well with the counterfeit trainers is you've got to beware with things like the glues that they use as well. You don't know what type of glues and what type of solvents that they're using to put the trainer together. Sometimes they can be harmful. So guys, that's it with the fake versus real trainers. We've got lots more fake versus reals coming. I'm going to be doing those for you. So that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative, useful, all the good stuff. Listen, I'm out of here. Catch you in a bit. Peace out.